Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The problem that all the intellectuals face is only one. And the problem is, we have accepted that we are inside the body. And because of that, there is no end to the questions. And this has to be clearly understood. Then only that soul business will be over. Because this is not understood, then our questions are, who is the realized person? How many realized or enlightened people are in this world? Because we are inside the body. And this is the first and the last obstacle that we have to cross after having discarded the body identification. Then the second step comes that are we a soul or are we the one expressing through everything? So, we are told to analyze our own experiences. Therefore, Vimudha Nanu Pashyanti Pashyanti Jnana Chakshusha. Those whose third eye is opened. So when it is said third eye is opened, immediately our mind makes a face with a third eye. I always used to have a problem about the third eye. If Lord Shiva has to have the chashma, glasses, what will be the design? Because in some picture they show the third eye parallel to these two eyes. In some places they show a vertical. So what must be his vision? Whether he is looking like this, like this? What is the third eye? So third eye is the eye of wisdom. And unless that is there, we will be getting lost only in arguments and questions. When we say purification of the mind means live happily, now you catch one word, live happily, and get lost in that. So, let us try to understand this principle. When we are in deep sleep, that time, where are we? We are inside the body or outside the body? We are inside the room or outside the room? See? This rosary is inside my pocket. The mic is outside. The mic is inside the room. Shoes are outside. Shoes are inside the building. Car is outside. Car is inside Bangkok. Varanasi is outside Bangkok. Varanasi is inside India. London is outside India. In, out, in, out. Can happen only if there is a reference. Now, what is the reference that we are carrying on our head? The reference is the body identification. And then we start that I am inside the body and the world is outside. And this will continue. Therefore, let us evaluate this. Is it true? Now, when we see with our own experience, proper analysis, we come to know that body is limited by the dimensions. And the body is alive because of the life or the prana, breathing. Now what is the area of breathing? Is it limited this much, or it is extended beyond the body? All of us have got common air. When that common air enters the body, it becomes fivefold. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. So, the air is inside the body or the body is inside the air? Think. When we talk about the space in the pot space. So the space is inside the pot or the pot is inside the space? Think. So the air where we are all living, is it inside the body or the body is in the air? Think. Then we go one step further. The body and the air has a limitation. Our mind goes much more than that. Our mind can go up to moon and sun, where the air is not there. The air capsule is up to a particular limit. Beyond that, there is no air. But our mind can go there. So, the mind is container, and in that container, our prana, air and the body are the contents. What is not included in our mind doesn't exist for us. See? How simple it is. One example I had given, somewhere it so happened that I was giving talk and there was one very cute little girl, 7-8 years, very close to me. So she got up and my talk was going on. She climbed the steps and came and told me in my ear, Swamiji, there is a spider on your beard. I said, take the tissue and slowly remove and throw it outside. Don't pull my hair, they are original. They are not big. So, the spider was there, but it was not known to me. It didn't exist for me. So, anything which is not included in the mind doesn't exist for us. So, mind is the container which contains the body and the prana. Some bad news has not happened, but somebody tells us a fake news. We become miserable because that has entered our mind. And something good has happened and we don't know. It doesn't exist for us. So where is everything? In the mind. So mind is not inside. In the mind is the body, the prana. Now see what is happening to yourself. Then we go one step further. The intellect is the container and the three things. The prana, the body and the mind, they are in the intellect. Intellect is the place where the sense of I is born. I have done this thing, I have done this, I have studied, I know everything, I do meditation. I. Where there is no I, there is no world. Now see what is happening to us. Presently, what is our understanding? Body, inside the body is the life, the prana, inside the prana is the mind, inside the mind is the intellect, and inside that is the soul, Atma, like a sesamum seed. And then go on going inside. Where will you go inside? Contrary to that, break open the barriers. And we can definitely experience this. Without body identification also, we exist. As in the dream and as in the deep sleep. For our existence, body identification is not necessary. So when we are sitting for meditation, what should be our approach? What it is like being other than the body. You are not concentrating. You are not keeping the mind quiet. But you are trying to simulate the experience. What it is like being other than the body. You are not telling, I am other than the body. No. What it is like being other than the body. Now you start playing meditation. What will be that? So let us find out. If I am other than this mic, what does it mean? If the mic is moved, I am not moved. If the mic is switched off, I am not switched off. If the mic falls, I don't fall. Because I am other than the mic. Apply the same principle subjectively. If the body is not me, then find out what is other than the body. So we start thinking, what is other than the body? First of all, let us find out what is the body. So body has a shape. Whatever may be the shape. 36, 24, 36 or 62, 62, 62. It is a shape. Now, what is the meaning of other than the body? That which doesn't have a form, that which doesn't have a akar. So now start playing what it is like being formless. Then again continue your contemplation. Forms are many, formless is one. Mind can survive only if many things are involved. With only one, the mind dissolves. You keep on chanting many Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, mind will survive. Because sounds are many, words are many. Then come back to Om Namah Shivaya only once. Om Namah Shivaya. No further word. Om Namah Shivaya. Mind dissolves. And thus, when we give this training to the mind, don't hold on to any particular shape or any particular form. Then we may start getting the glimpses of what it is like being other than the body. Then we go further. Now, what is that which is other than the body or without any particular shape or form? The space. So now we are playing space. We are not doing meditation. Remember this principle. Upanishad, Vedanta clearly tells, Dhyatru dhyane parityajya dheyamevavashishyate. Meditation and meditator are dropped. What remains is the truth. So, we are sitting quiet, and what is without shape, without form? The space is without shape, without form. So let us play space. Now, what are the attributes of the space? Space has no beginning, no middle, no end. Beginning is the birth, middle is the growth, end is the death. Now look within. Do we have the experience of birth? Do we have the experience of growth? Do we have the experience of death? This birthless, changeless, deathless is the truth. Now, this experience is not created, it is discovered. Whatever is discovered is already existing. Like his phone was left in his own car. He phoned. Swamiji, my phone probably you have taken. And then I said, no man, it's there. Oh, I found it. Because it was already there. It is not created. Meditation doesn't create the reality. But when we do meditation, half an hour meditation, rest of the day frustration. See friends. And in this manner, we have come to a point what it is like being space, what it is like being other than the body. Now from the body point of view, we are inside the body, world is outside. From space's point of view, everything is in the space. Nothing is outside the space. Now be attentive. Is it not true? Everything is in the mind. Outer world is in the mind. Inner pain is in the mind. So mind is not inside or outside. But everything is inside the mind. Nothing can exist outside the mind. See friends. Therefore, when a person is in coma, in that case, the mind has already dropped the body, meaning the mind has already dropped the shape of the body. Be very attentive, very subtle topic. Mind has already dropped the shape of the body, but the mind is. Now what is that mind? That is one common mind. And because of that one common mind, life is sustained in the body. In the deep sleep, our mind has dropped the shape of the body, but the mind is still there, which is a common mind. Like, we have got a common space, we have got the common air, we have got the common water, we have got the common fire, we have got the common earth. Everything is common. But when it is limited to a limited thing, then it becomes mine. Similarly, when the mind drops the shape of a particular body, that individual mind merges in the total mind. And the total mind does the same function. Life is maintained in the body. Now be attentive. When a person is in coma, he doesn't suffer. In one place it happened, they took me, gave me the dinner, and nothing is free. So Swamiji, our grandmother is ill, kindly bless her. So I didn't know who is she, what is the problem. I went there and she was in coma. And the nurse was there. So I spoke to the nurse. Hey, are you getting your salary regularly? Yes. So pray to the Lord till you get a next job. Later continue in the coma. You have to maintain yourself. And when I was just talking to her, those people came to see. Immediately I became a Swami. Took the hand of that comatose lady, put my hand on that, I kissed my hand. It was a dead hand who will kiss. And then simply moving the lips. Now who can challenge what I am doing? Nothing. And I left. Third day that man came, he said, Swamiji, do you remember me? I said, look here, I don't remember anything. When I have forgotten God, how can I remember human beings? No, that day, 3 days before you came to our house for food, I said, it is all gone out. Nothing is meant. I don't hold on to anything, it is gone. So how do I remember? No, our grandmother was in coma and you blessed her. Then my heart started beating. What my blessing is doing. Whether because of my blessing she survived or she died. If she survived, he has come to kill me. And if she died, then I bless people to kill or to die. Then he said, Swamiji, we could not see her misery. She was suffering last 6 months. By your blessing, God has taken care of her. I said, look here. Don't try to cheat yourself. You can't cheat me, but don't try to cheat yourself. He said, how come? When a person is in coma, he doesn't suffer. The one who has to pay the bills, he suffers. It's a whole dead investment. See, friends. So, in short, when the mind drops the shape of the body, the individual mind merges in the total mind. Now, to understand, take the example of jewelry. Gold is common. Out of that gold, we bring out many ornaments. So, what are ornaments? Gold plus name plus form plus utility. They are separate. They are many. But when we put them together, melt them, where the ornaments have gone, what is the name of that? Exactly the same way, gold is common for all the ornaments. In the same manner, mind is common for all of us. Now, gold taking the shape of a particular ornament becomes separate from others. Exactly the same way. Our mind has taken the shape of a particular body, and that creates an illusion of separateness from each of us. See, friends. See, when you hold anything, suppose I hold my phone, on the airports it happens. And then you have to fill in some form, write something. So you don't like to leave the phone on any place, lest you forget. So we hold the phone, put the pen in our hand and start writing. Our original handwriting doesn't come up. Because of our hold on the phone, is it not? Exactly the same manner. When the mind is holding on to a particular body, all thoughts will come in relation to that body. And when the mind drops the shape of the body, no thoughts, because no reference. So, the body is in the prana, and the body is in the mind. Now see how expanded you are. No more suffering. Meditation, meditation, meditation. And then the light has come, and light again is not coming. What is happening? Change the bulb. Put LED. It will not become fused quickly. Don't try to see anything. Don't try to hear anything. The moment you try to see here, the biggest problem is objectivity. Objectivity in knowledge is samsara. Objectless awareness is the truth. See, my friends, and when we are thus drop the three things, the mind, the prana and the body, then the question comes. Where they were? They were in the eye. Now to understand this technique I will tell you, it is a very potent technique, try. God has given us 5 fingers. These 5 fingers are for, small finger is our body, Annamaya Kosh. This ring finger is our prana, Pranamaya Kosh. The middle finger is our mind, Manomaya Kosh. And this index finger is Vijnanamaya Kosh, where the sense of I is there. So when I had to scold somebody, which is the finger I use? I don't scold somebody. Look here, I am going to kill you. He'll say, go to bathroom and come back. When I had to scold, I use this finger. I'll teach you a lesson. First. Second thing, when I had to tell, I have seen that person stealing the car. So when I say I have seen, that time what is our body action? Do we say I have seen? Do we say I have seen? We say I have seen. Because the sense of I starts expressing from this point, and this is called as the spiritual heart. So, all the three are the 3 fingers. I is this index finger and thumb is the Anandamaya Kosh. So, body is the house, Pranamaya Kosh is the power in the house, Manomaya Kosh is the means of communication. Question comes, for whom means of communication? For me. For whom the Pranamaya Kosha? For me. For whom the body? For me. So this I gets identified with the mind and its modifications and becomes I am happy, I am miserable. This I gets identified with the Pranamaya Kosha and becomes I am hungry, I am thirsty. This I gets identified with the body and becomes I am man, I am woman. I am young, I am old. So what is our position today? This I is identified with the 3. And Ananda is all alone. So what will be the real spiritual practice? First, this I should be separated from the body. Then separate the I from the prana. Then separate the I from the mind. Then what to do? Surrender it to the Ananda, the bliss. This is what is called as the Jnana Mudra. You must have seen the Buddhist people, many everywhere they do this kind of mudra. This mudra is not a snuff mudra. Take the snuff. No. It is this I must be surrendered to the happiness or the bliss. And what is bliss or happiness? Living at no complaint, living at no question, living just like that. Now the best part is, this is common for all of us. Your gross body and your waking world is different from mine. Your subtle body, the mind, and my mind, they are different from each other. You may be dreaming that your son got married or your daughter got married and your business is going on. What I will be dreaming? That I am giving lecture but nobody is listening. Your mind and my mind and the problems are different. But when it comes to the Anandamaya Kosha, the deep sleep, we are all one. Because there is no sense of otherness. And that is why everyone wants to go to sleep. Now what happens in sleep? In sleep, mind has dropped the shape of the body. And that is why when you wake up from your sleep, why you are so fresh? Because mind was totally free from holding on to the particular shape of the body. Friends, body never gets tired. It is the mind that gets tired. See? Therefore, when we go with this understanding, then meditation will start happening. And meditation is only the means, it is not the goal. Goal is discover your essential nature. See? Therefore, this is a common denominator for everyone. That manyness is not reality. The one is the truth. Like bulbs are many. Depending upon the color of the bulbs, the lights will appear many. Like today we went to that shopping area. How many different colors of lights? Blue, green, yellow, red. But light principle is one. They appear many because of the bulb. Similarly, behind all the lights in the world, there is only one electrical energy. In the same manner, real meditation is, we start disowning the body, we come to the prana. Disown the prana, we come to the mind. We disown the mind, we come to the I. And we surrender this I in this wisdom. That there is not one I per body, but there is the one who is expressing through all the bodies. Light is not in electricity. Light is not in the bulb. When the light and when the bulb and electricity, when they come together, then only the light happens. Exactly the same way, absolute reality and the Prakriti, Purusha and the Prakriti, when they come together, life happens. The joy of taking good food by a rich man and the joy of eating filth by a pig, it is the same. In both the cases, hunger satiation has happened. See friends, when we thus get out of the notion that I am inside the body and I have to do meditation and I am realized, people are not realized. We are far away from the truth. We look at the world, what we have taken ourselves to be. When I take myself to be a sannyasi, for me what is the world? Sannyasi and non-sannyasi. When I take myself to be a man, what is the world? Man and woman. When I take myself to be an old person, what is the world? Old and young. We look at the world, what we have taken ourselves to be. And when we discover that there is one reality expressing through many gadgets. Gadgets are many, but what is expressing through the gadgets is one. See, my friends, how simple it is. Be very attentive. Colors and forms are many, vision is one. Sense organs are five. Behind them, there is one mind. Minds are not five. This is so straight. The problem is our attention is on the expressions and not what is expressing. If you remember the other day I gave you example when I told my friend to switch off the light and tell what are you seeing? He said darkness. First mistake, darkness is never seen by the eyes. Then he switch on the light. Then what are you seeing? The contents in the room. So when he was seeing the contents in the room, he has missed the light. And when he was indicated, see light, yes, light is there, accept, very good. Now again he missed something. What is that? Electricity. Can without electricity light come in the bulb? No. So what is happening with us? Exactly the same. We are lost in the worldly objects. As a result, our sense organs are covered by the worldly objects. Then we are slave to our sense organs. Because of that, our mind is covered by the sense organs. Then we become so emotional. Then the emotional mind covers the wisdom, the intellect, the discrimination, the viveka. Therefore, many people ask this question, Swamiji, it is okay for you, you are not married, but we are married, emotional. When you have to work on the principle, you can't be emotional. If a doctor has to operate a patient and is expert in doing, let us take one simple operation like the appendix removal, appendicitis, remove that. Now, he has been doing so many times, he can just put his finger, take out and throw it away. So expert. But when in place of the patient, his own son comes on the operation table, he will say, hey, you do your, I will not be able to do. What is the reason? Think. Others were patients, but he is my son. And how he has become son? Association with the body. Again and again, when you thus keep on contemplating, reflecting on these principles, then you will see we don't have to struggle in meditation. Then meditation will start happening. Like great masters never love anybody. They have love for everyone. And therefore great masters, neither they will bless nor they will curse. There are two aspects of the practice. One aspect is Prakriti Pradhan, wherein we do lot of tapasya and conquer the Prakriti, the matter. Naturally, when you conquer Prakriti or matter, you discover many siddhis. And he who is able to walk on the waters, fly in the air, cure somebody's diseases, we consider, oh, he has achieved great. No doubt, he has achieved great. But still he is in this relative world. When, this example I gave you, when our teeth bite our tongue, will the tongue curse the teeth? Or when the tongue goes and digs in between the teeth and remove the food material, will the teeth thank the tongue? Thank you, darling, you always come to my help. There is no curse, there is no thanks. Although teeth and tongue are separate, yet there is no sense of separateness. Perception of the differences is not a problem. Differentiation on account of the differences, samsara is born. See, my friends, and therefore, wise people don't have to struggle for blessing somebody or cursing somebody. Things happen around them. And therefore, they don't love anybody as a verb, but they have love for everyone. Name dveshosya na priya, Bhagavan says in Gita. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Like for the ocean, all waves are same. Tsunami is not bad and ripple is not good. All waves are same. And for the water, ocean the terrible one and waves the innocent one, they are the same. Not only that, from the point of view of the water, if you ask him, Mr. Water, as ocean you are man very terrible, but as waves I enjoy. The water will say, excuse me gentlemen, what is ocean? And what is a wave? Be attentive. From the absolute standpoint, relative has no existence. And absolute becomes relative in relation to something. You are a husband in relation to your wife. See, friends, when this understanding becomes natural to us, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati 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 eva. Such a master is living free of all do's and don'ts, naturally, perfectly, without claiming perfection or anything. Therefore, in all this discussion that we have done, where the soul has gone. This is another point, please understand, is very important thing. One of my friends told me, Swamiji, I am fed up with my wife, what should I do? I said, look here, you cannot do anything because she is maintaining you, you have no money. No, but you know, I am really suffering because of her, what should I do? I said, okay, I will do on your behalf. Why? I will divorce her on your behalf. Is it possible? I cannot divorce somebody else's wife. If this is clear, then find out. Both the people, those who want to live long and those who want to commit suicide, both of them have the same error. I am body. Those who want to live long, they think if I live long, life is fulfilled. And those who want to commit suicide, they feel that if I destroy the body, I am liberated. Both of them are caught up in the same catch of 22. Think, friends, we can destroy something, give up something, if it belongs to us. I cannot divorce somebody else's wife because she is not my wife. Exactly the same way. Find out what is our in this world, starting from our own body. Body we didn't create. The body doesn't listen to us. And yet, with the arrogance of this ignorance, we start living. I am body and I am inside the body and I will do this thing, the world is outside. Unless this basic error is corrected, all that you do is just trying to fill in the pot by keeping it upside down. Therefore, my friends, this is not for any Tom, Dick and Harry. Upanishad says, Nayamatma balahine na labhyaha. This is not for those who are weaklings. Strong doesn't mean you are physically strong like a Gama Pahalwan. No. What is the real strength? Real strength is if we have accepted whatever notion I was carrying about me, that notion is wrong. Then the ability to correct and the ability to give up the wrong notion is called as inner strength. See? So once I am convinced of this, I cannot be the body. Then we start real our spiritual path. Then we come to discover when I am not identified with the body, this gross world doesn't have any existence for me. Then come the point, then who am I if I am not a gross body? Then we are told, for the sake of telling, you are a soul, you are a jiva. And we hold on to that jiva as real? No. Find out, what do you mean by jiva? Like, for a simple example, man is absolute Paramatma, supreme reality. Husband is a jiva. Now, if you have to define a husband, how will you define? Man plus the limitations of the wife and expression of the infinite man through the limitations, that miserable expression, these three things put together is called as husband. Husband cannot be without the man, without the wife, and expression of that man through the wife. Out of these three, the reflection, husband, the wife and the man, who is real? The man is real. See? Can we separate the man from the husband? Once in USA, one Westerner asked this question. He said, I always see you Hindus have, the ladies have that .com on their forehead. What is the reason? I say that indicate that that girl or lady is married, your chance is gone. So don't try to chance over her. No, if it is for the lady that they are married, what about the gents? They don't have any sign. I said, don't require. Their face tells that they are married. A married person has got a glorious face. This I discovered from one boy in Singapore. On the airport he asked me, Swamiji, I am your fan and I want to ask you some question. I said, before that I want to ask you a question. I asked him, are you married? He said, no, my face is like that. That day I discovered a married man has a glorious face. See, friends, where is the husband? Therefore, be attentive, like husband is a common noun, it is not a proper noun. In the same manner, soul is, or a technical word, jiva, is a common noun. It is not a proper noun. And therefore the word is jivana. Na means not. When one bulb becomes fused, will the light from the bulb go into another bulb? When one pot breaks, will the pot space go out in search of a potty? Think. But we are told so much again and again, when you die, the soul goes to the heaven, and when you die, the soul goes to hell, depending upon what you have done, karma, 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 karma. See, friends, when you thus start reflecting on this, then we will understand the meaning what Bhagavan Krishna said, Vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Those whose this eye of wisdom is opened, they will appreciate what is the meaning of life. See. Now, we go little further. There are three types of souls which are referred. One is called as the soul or the jiva or a person who is experiencing the dream. They are called as Pratibhasik Jiva or the dream personality. The second one is we. Which is called Vyavaharik, means we have to conduct the business in our life. I am mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. Accordingly, we have to live. Second type of soul or the jiva. The third type is called as Paramarthik, the seeker. These are the three types of souls. The first, whatever good or bad has happened to the dreamer in the dream, what is the attitude of the waker towards whatever has happened in the dream? Come on, it is just a dream, forget about it. We just drop it. Now, next step. But for me, the waker, waking world and experiences, achievements, failures are real. But when out of this waker, a seeker is born, he wants to know, who am I? What is the world? Who is God? What is the spiritual practice? When this inquiry kindles, then out of an ordinary waker, a seeker is born. Now, like for the waker, dream world was not of much consequences. In the same manner, the seeker is the one for whom the relations, achievements and failures in the world is not much of consequences. Because now he is seeking something higher. See, friends, and to such a seeker, this Vedanta is addressed. Now, those who go to the Mahatmas, Mahatma, I got a back pain, please do something. And the Mahatma gives one and your back pain gone. And then he will go and make a publicity. He is, a kicking Mahatma, but the kick helps you. Don't do that. We are not here. This I learned from one great Mahatma. There was one South Indian gentleman, it happened in Calcutta, and he was very close to me. As usual, I went for 3-4 months out. When I came back, I went to his house to see him. So, when I was there in his house, his wife opened the door and she started crying and told me, "Swami, please don't touch him." I said, "Why?" He was suffering from cancer. Lying on the bed and covered with a mosquito net, and his bones have become so brittle, if you lift the hand, it will break. Cut. When I saw him, I was very young that time, got the shock of my life. So from outside only, I held my own hands and prayed to the Lord. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiyo Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat. I did a long japa so that he should recover from the pains. After that was over, I went for satsang to some great Mahatma. He was sitting, so many people were sitting. Never in my life I asked anybody any question. When I went and sat there, Mahatma said, "Yes, what you want to ask?" Then I asked this question. I said, "Sir, I have done this. When I saw, I felt very bad. Therefore, I offered prayer, O Lord, please help him come out of his miseries. Let him be cured. His children are to get married and all that." This is what I prayed. He said, whatever you have done is done. Now don't brood over it. First lesson of life. Don't brood over your past. Unnecessarily, when I was there, therefore I told you so many times, real spiritual practice is don't talk about your past and don't ask anybody about their past. Start learning in the present. Okay. Then he said, what you have done is good for you, not for him. Then he said, you have no business to meddle in God's creation. If you have to, you serve. How important it is. He knows what is right for whom. See? From that day onwards, no doubt about anything. So when you remain in the utter present, past is gone, future is not born, you start relaxing, cheerful, happy. That is what all matters in life. Unless you have tasted the silence, you cannot go beyond sound and silence. Many people talk about we should go beyond. But unless you are tasted, what is the silence? For us, silence is outer. Now in this room, I am not talking silence, no. The AC sound is there, the car sound is there. So, what will we do? We will go into a room, inside the room. Absolute silence. Outside may be silence. Inside, poultry farm is working. Cock. The real silence is when we stop talking to ourselves. This is another experiment. Do it every day. Start with 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3-4 times a day, except while driving the car. So just now we can do this experiment. As you are sitting, don't change your posture. You are perfect. Next 30 seconds, do not talk to yourself. Over. Now see what has happened. What did I tell you? Do not talk to yourself. Did I tell don't talk among yourself? I didn't tell you. Don't talk among yourself. When you don't talk to yourself, you don't want to talk to others also. But when we can't keep quiet inside, we want some place to vomit. Those people who talk too much, they are inside volcanoes. They can't keep quiet. Constantly cock. So, we are extremists. Either talk, or keep quiet. Mauna. I am observing Mauna. Keep a bandage on the mouth. That is not Mauna. I told this story probably. This happened in Haridwar, Rishikesh. We were coming from our place where we had a retreat with my friend on a rickshaw. My friend told me, Swami, in this ashram, there is a great Mahatma. Should we go and take darshan? I said, come, let's go. We went there. Secretary was there. Whenever Mahatma has got a secretary, he is a corporator Ananda. Mahatmas have no walls, no doors, no windows. So when we went there, secretary said, no, you can't go inside, meet him. Maharaj is on Maunam, silence. I said, okay, don't scold Baba, we are going, no problem. When we are going, after 2 minutes he came running after us. Wait, what happened now? What mistake we have made? Come, Maharaji wants to talk to you. I said, you told me he is on Maunam, how can he talk to me? Don't argue. I said, all right. So I told him, hey, come, let's go. He cannot go. So you enjoy. I am going for a sacrifice. I went. He was sitting on a huge, nice asan with that, the animal skin and the tiger and all that. Proper, makeup. And I am a plastic brand, so one plastic chair was sit here. Only not talking hand. So I said, did namaskar. He took out a paper and pen. He wrote, what's your name? So I wrote back. Then he wrote, where are you coming from? So I wrote something, Vrindavan. Where are you staying here? So I gave the name of that ashram where I am staying there. He was writing, I was replying in writing. He was writing, I was replying in writing. I forgot, I can talk. And when I realized, come on here, I can talk. Why I am writing? Therefore, when I laughed, he also realized that I can talk, why I am not talking? Why I am keeping quiet? So when I laughed, he also laughed. Then I opened my mouth, I asked him, in Maunam, laughing is allowed? That is not silence. Bhagavad Gita tells, Mana prasada saumyatvam Maunam atma vinigraha. Mauna is the mental discipline, not the speech. Talk when necessary. The more you practice this, you will see all the doubts will dissolve. Problems cannot be solved. They have to be dissolved. Dissolve the problems. See? Our condition is like this. After divorce, where the wife has gone and where the husband have gone? They have gone nowhere. Who has gone is a man and a woman. And man and woman were never miserable. With husband and the wife, they were miserable. Find out where are they. See, my friends. So these entities, all relations, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, all of them, have no existence apart from the conditioned expression of the Absolute. But that we take as real and suffer in our life. Therefore, it is essential for us to know that Jiva is not one soul per body, but one reality expressing through all the bodies. One bulb is in the temple, other bulb is in the toilet. In both the bulbs, it is the same electricity expressing. And the lights of both the bulbs have got the same quality. The bulb in the temple doesn't become holy because illuminating the God, and the bulb in the toilet doesn't become unholy because illuminating the filth. Think. In the same manner, one absolute conscious blissful existence expressing through the man, beard comes out. Because of that, the absolute reality is not masculine. The same reality expressing through the woman, the beard doesn't come out. That doesn't mean that it is a feminine. The same reality expressing through the cobra, venom comes out. That doesn't mean the consciousness is venomous. These are the attributes of the matter, the prakriti, through which it is expressing. In electricity, there is neither sound, nor light, nor amplification. These are the attributes of the upadhi, the conditions. Exactly the same way, but one reality is expressing in and through the total creation, both as sentient and insentient. Like, in case of the electricity, some places it expresses as light, in others it doesn't. That doesn't mean that there are two electricities. In the same manner, be very attentive. Everything is perceived as is. Existence, existence, existence. Man, a living being, is. The fan, an inert object, is. The pain, an experience, is. The achievement, is. To an extent, the absence is. This common substratum supporting everything is the essential nature, and therefore we can never have the experience of our own absence. When thus we remain in tune with this absolute existence, this absolute existence is not opposed to anything. The day is illuminated and the darkness is also illuminated. Therefore, this absolute has to be discovered as beyond the Jada Chetana, the inert and sentient. With this subtlety of understanding, when we start living our day-to-day experiences, you will come to one conclusion. The best expression of the truth is silence. But this silence is not the one which is opposed to the sounds. Technically it is called as prashanti. We know ashanti, opposite of ashanti is shanti. But that which is not enhanced because of the shanti and that which is not disturbed because of the ashanti is the prashanti, and that is the ultimate truth. Therefore, when we reach the destination, there are no questions, there is no worry. Like when we were coming for this lecture over here, till we reached here, mind excited, disturbed, wow, going on. The moment we reached here, no question about this has come in our mind. Exactly the same way. When you have no questions or when you don't entertain any question, you are yourself. That is one of the reasons I rarely entertain questions. Every question takes us away from ourselves. That about which we have no question is the truth. And that is ourselves. We have no question whether I am or I am not. Then, as per the requirement, functioning through the body, we lead a normal life. Otherwise, when people don't understand, one youngster, he heard Vedanta, that you are not the body and all that. So, he was going through immigration. And immigration officer asked, what is your name? I am beyond name and form. What is your date of birth? Unborn, I am Ajopi Sannavya Atma. Then the immigration officer said, Pagal ghar mein le jao. Friends, when we are in the world, we have to live in the same manner. It don't have to be extraordinary. Last thought. Spiritual evolution is not becoming someone extraordinary. Are we carrying less burden of the extra on us? I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am unmarried, I am married, I am rich, I am poor, I am Indian, I am non-Indian, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian and Sikh. How many specialities above that? I am spiritual, Hare Rama. Drop everything and come to a point what cannot be dropped. That is what you are. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.